episode.
94.3 WRHD HD1, Farmville, Greenville, the exclusive home for Pirate Athletics. 94.3 The Game. It's 5 o'clock in Pirate Country, and it's time to get pumped up with the P-Man. Hit the door and hit the road. 94.3 The Game is going to get you home, and the P-Man's not holding back.
Yes! Yes! Pirates win! Pirates win!
Bring on the Patrick Johnson Show on 94.3 The Game.
Holy mackerel! Oh, my goodness!
The flagship station of the ECU Pirates.
We've got breaking news to start the PJ Show here today.
Breaking.
This just in. Breaking news.
This is a special report on 94.3 The Game, the flagship station of the ECU Pirates. Here's Patrick Johnson.
Everyone, a little breaking news for you.
Yeah, indeed. The Senate has given final approval to the sports betting bill. The House will concur. Online sports gambling in North Carolina less than a week away from passing the state legislature. House Speaker Tim Moore said so today. Now, this is a little bit of an about-face that was reported late yesterday where Moore said that he did not think that the House would concur with the Senate changes that were made to the bill, and they were pretty significant. So legal online sports betting is closer than ever to becoming reality in North Carolina. The Senate giving the final approval today of House Bill 347. It was a 37-11 vote. Moore says that the House will agree to the changes in the other chamber. The bill has to be signed by the governor to become law, and that could happen sooner than later, I am told. Moore's statement represents a change in sentiment according to this article I'm reading from the previous day when the Senate first passed the measure. The House bill passed the House passed that legislation back in March, you might remember. The Senate made significant changes to the bill, including gambling on horse racing and in-person betting at certain facilities, and an increase in tax rate. The bill allows for professional, college, and other sports, including horse racing, to begin to have wagers placed no sooner than January 1st. The state will award 12 operator licenses and tax operators gross gaming revenue at 18%. This is estimated. The projections, I should say, estimate more than $6.6 billion to bet in the state in the next 3 years. Tax revenue could eclipse $100 million by the fifth year. State's budget for this is roughly $30 million. They do have to get humping if they want to get this done by that January 8th deadline. And the Lottery Commission is going to be involved in it. That is something that I heard way back a while ago, and that there was a lot of confidence from a lot of people that there was going to be sports gambling because all of the mechanisms were being bandied about and put in place with state officials and state government. And so there was a real push to get this done. Athletic departments at several institutions, including East Carolina, will get $300,000 annually. That was added. ECU was to that. Charlotte was also included into that, and as was App State. So, that's a great thing for East Carolina. Might we see that number go up down the road? Who knows? But it is a good thing for the East Carolina to join that group of schools that is getting 300 large a year. And look, in this arms race that is college sports, every little bit helps. So that's the breaking news. Brian Murphy, WRAL sports investigative reporter. He's been all over this. He's been on the show to talk about it. He's going to be with us later on in the program. In fact, I think next segment we're going to get him on the phone and get the very latest with this. Also today, the legendary Ronald Vincent will run through some of the Rose sponsors. We'll have Rose Baseball in the state championships for you coming up on Friday night, 8 o'clock on Talk 103.7 WTIB. We've got Pirate Baseball coming your way tomorrow, too. That is also at 8 o'clock, or rather, that's 7 o'clock, actually, first pitch, isn't it, Cookie? Is it 7 or 8? It's 7. It's a 7.
J. Tros?
Yeah,
or
too
ECU?
many. Yeah, no, this is ECU. It's confusing, I know.
There's too much going on right now.
East Carolina with the 7 o'clock first pitch time in Game 2 of the Charlottesville Regional. And that will be the number 15 team in the land going to a regional for the 33rd time. We'll preview that coming up in just a little bit. Cookie, you heard from him there, the great Chris Cook with us today.
Here's a real one.
Woo!
Cookie rocking the Skinner shirt today.
Oh yeah,
I like it.
My dad got it for me. I was like, this is a great shirt.
It is a great shirt. It's got a vintage look about it.
You know, I'm gonna wear that to the concert on the Commons when Tuesday's Gone comes.
Right. My guy Ryan King, the lead singer.
Oh, you know him personally?
I do, yeah. I know Ryan
dude,
personally.
I saw them when they played at, do you know Pantana Bob's, the bar downtown?
Mm-hmm.
They were so
never
good.
Heard of it.
They were so good. I went
yes,
up to him
I've heard of it, Cookie. Come on.
I was like,
I'm not that out of it.
I was like, dude, you're a legend, man. He was like, oh, thank you. You
He's
can
a
tell
good
he
guy.
gets it all the time.
Yeah, Ryan's a good guy. I know Ryan well. We might get him that week to be on with us.
That would be awesome.
And he likes sports. He's a sports fan too. So, let's see here. I'm thumbing through things here. This email can be a little confusing. Hey, I want to Cookie. I want to say something here that I you know, I'm not going to apologize, but I'm going to say something here. All right.
All right.
I got a little. I was a little dubious this morning when the great Big Hen, Henry Hinton, the legend award winner, the Broadcast Hall of Famer. I mean, his superlatives are. I mean, you can't compare them to anybody's, right? I mean, they're just.
Oh,
tremendous.
you don't got to convince me. Yeah, that's the GOAT.
He was talking about how cold it was this morning. And I was thinking to myself, come on, geezer.
Oh, no.
It's
I
not
hope you didn't say
cold.
that to him.
No, I was thinking.
Okay.
So many words I said it, but I was thinking to myself, you got to be kidding me. And so I did the show. I had to go and do some things this morning. And we're watching my brother's dog right over there, Cooper, for a couple weeks. Cooper's the dog's name. Wonderful little dog. Love Cooper. I had to run him out before I went and left to go on my things I had to do, my appointments, my things I needed to get done this morning.
The old man
afternoon.
doctor's appointments for the people that don't know.
No,
yeah.
nothing like that. It was work-related stuff, trying to get some things in order. And I take Cooper out for a little bathroom break before I leave, because he's going to be here for a while by himself. And it was damn if it wasn't cold out there. I got cold out there. I had to put on a jacket. You saw me a little earlier, and I had the jacket on.
Oh, yeah, you did. It was a little chilly today.
I was very cold today.
But you know what makes that even more interesting? I have a feature on iPhone where it shows you pictures you have taken 1 year ago from whatever day it is. 1 year ago today was 97 degrees and completely sunny outside. What in the world's going on?
It's hashtag climate change, according to
I guess so.
Whoever's listening. So we got the Pirates tomorrow. They will be playing at the UVA Regional, the number 7 national seed. Virginia kicks off the tournament at noon tomorrow from Charlottesville against number 4 seed Army in the Charlottesville Regional. The Pirates and Sooners will be playing on ESPN2, The Deuce, and Adish Shroff and Devin Thomas will be handling the broadcast. Of course, 94.3 The Game. Scooter Rogers on the radio call. So you can listen to that right here beginning at 6:45. Charlottesville Regionals paired with the Conway Regional, Coastal, Duke, UNCW, Ryder. Here's the thing about Coastal. Their top 2 pitchers have gone down. Did so prior to their conference tournament. And I don't know if they're going to be back for this. The indication is there's not. Now, Duke's got a tough one with UNCW because Randy Hood's bunch is really scrappy. But, some hay could be made here for the Pirates, but they're going against a team that's got some arms, very aggressive on the base paths in Oklahoma. Pirates will start Trey Savage 6-1, 2.80 ERA. He'll be opposed by left-hander Braden Carmichael, who's 7-0 this season for the Sooners, 315 his earned run average. This is the first time that they have ever met one another, the Pirates and the Sooners, on the diamond. ECU did face off of the Big 12 team in the Greenville Super Regional last season. We all remember Texas losing 2 of 3 to one of Oklahoma's chief rivals. Pirates come in with a record of 45-17. The Sooners enter with a record of 31-26. So we will come in and bring you coverage tomorrow. I will also be out tomorrow. I'm calling state championship games this weekend, and Mike Mullis is going to be with me. We're going to be in Holly Springs. We get the 1A and 2A series. There's Cooper barking at somebody. And the two quiet down, Cooper.
that's
two,
adorable.
You ought to see this dog.
I haven't seen what he looks like.
I might, if I could get him to come over here.
It sounds like
I might
he's busy with other stuff.
Yeah, he's barking right now, as you hear. Molly and I will be doing that. We will unfortunately not be where Rose is. We thought we were going to be where the Rampants are. They're going to be in Burlington. And all of that gets underway tomorrow, coming up at 8 o'clock. There will be a game before that at 5, but that game should be well over by the time the Pirates, or the Rampants, rather, play. All right, let me see. I've lost this again here, and I've got to mention this. This is our people who are involved in the Bobby Beep Bop, the radio coverage. Here it is. Rose, West Henderson, Talk 103.7 WTIB, 8 o'clock tomorrow night, 2 p.m. Saturday. Those are the guaranteed games. It could be an if game after. Croft Massey, Jackson Searles. Brought to you by Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center, Meridian Park Apartments, the Gavigan Agency, J.H. Rose Athletic Foundation, Wells Fargo Advisors in Greenville Stadium Sports, the law firm of Hardy, Massey, and Blodgett, Caraway Office Solutions, the Tire Realty Group, Dr. Brian Vincent and Dr. Trey Harris of Vincent Family Dental in Winterville. Pitt County Schools is also signed on. And I know there was one more added today. The sales team's been all over this and done a fantastic job with it. And I don't have it here in front of me, so my sincere apologies. Let me see. There we go. Yeah, that was that. They added Vincent Family Dental. So there you go. That's the group here bringing you that, and maybe more to come if any were sold today. All right. Thanks to all those sponsors, by the way. Very, very proud of this group of young guys. We're going to hear from RV coming up in just a little bit. All right. I have rambled effectively to find that cookie, and we will calm down Cooper. We will get you set up for an update. Again, the big breaking news is the Senate giving their final approval to legalize mobile sports betting in North Carolina. Brian Murphy will give us the deets. Investigative sports reporter for WREL. He's been all over this story at the state capitol, and he will join us to talk about it next.
We're back in minutes with more of the Patrick Johnson Show on 94.3 The Game.
You should go have that tested.
Make sure to listen or watch now on the new IBX Media app. Get it now in the App Store or Google Play.
We see some patients who come in and they have been in just so much pain for so long that they are just deflated.
But that's about to change because QC Kinetics provides hope for relief using all new regenerative treatments that concentrate your body's own healing properties into aching hips, back, shoulders, and knees. And Dr. Zuckerman, a medical director at QC Kinetics, loves watching the patient transformations.
One of the most amazing things is when I get to see a patient who, after a few months of our treatments, is just a completely different person. They are smiling and happy, and the weight of the world is off their shoulders because we were able to take away their pain.
And that's with no drugs, no surgery, and no downtime.
It's just amazing to be able to change people's lives like that. It's very gratifying.
Call QC Kinetics now for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics 252-765-PAIN. That's 252-765-7246. 252-765-PAIN.
Bill Clark Homes is proud to support East Carolina athletics. The Clark family continues to make significant contributions to help ECU succeed on the field. And Bill Clark Homes is building quality homes in Pitt County with prices ranging from the 200s on up to $500,000. Their new 4,000-foot design center is now open and unlike anything you've seen before. The new Bill Clark Homes Design Center is located on the corner of Red Banks Road and Greenville Boulevard. Bill Clark Homes, building family traditions.
Greeting friends of Eastern North Carolina. If you're looking for a great place to work with competitive pay and a multitude of advanced opportunities, Pitt County Schools is hiring. We employ over 3,500 people, and we're one of the largest employers in Pitt County. We are currently seeking teachers, bus drivers, school nutrition personnel, facilities staff, custodians, clerical staff, and more. We offer advanced leadership opportunities to our educators and competitive pay for our skilled labor force. If you want to be part of a thriving school system that focuses on educating students, growing our employees, and promoting positive mental and physical health habits, we encourage you to become a part of our Pitt County Schools family to help ensure success for the future of Eastern North Carolina. To fill out an application, visit our website today at pittschools.org. That's pittschools.org. And remember, education is truly a team effort. Pitt County Schools. Live and lead.
Texas Roadhouse in Greenville is happy to support the community. At Texas Roadhouse, they not only want to be your favorite restaurant, they also want you to know they love this community and love supporting it. From providing food for charity golf tournaments to their school support programs, Texas Roadhouse is there when the Greenville community needs them. Also, it doesn't hurt that their food is awesome. Steaks, ribs, chicken, you name it, it's legendary. Texas Roadhouse, Southwest Greenville Boulevard, Greenville.
You ready for this?
Oh, I'm very ready. Okay, ready?
You ready?
Streaming to the world at 943thegame.com. This is the Patrick Johnson Show. Now in all his glory, here's the P-Man.
The big breaking news that we brought you, of course, courtesy of our great friend Brian Murphy, and we've got him on the phone now, investigative sports reporter from WRAL, who is an OG in the sense that he's been on top of this story and with us when time allows to report on it. And we really appreciate it. We're here, it appears, Brian. We're here. Legalized sports gambling in North Carolina on mobile apps and at sports books. We're on the precipice. We're on the cusp.
We're very close. We're very close. The Senate approved the bill, gave its final approval for the bill today, and the House importantly says they will concur with the changes that were made in the Senate. Governor Cooper has indicated he'll sign sports gambling legislation, and so once all that's done, then the real work begins. The Lottery Commission has to get to work giving out these 12 licenses, and sports gambling in the state could start as soon as January 8th. But I do caution that the bill also gives the Lottery Commission up to 1 year after the bill becomes law to get the activation up and running. So yeah. That's a long grace period, right? It could be January 8th. It could be sometime in June of 2024. I think we'll be closer to the January 8th date, but just for those people itching to bet, I want to let you know that could be up to a year from now.
Well, the other part of this, Brian, would seem to be just in time for the Super Bowl, so that would probably be the push to have this installed prior to the Super Bowl next year.
Yeah, no doubt the operators want to go tomorrow. I mean,
right. Yeah, right.
You know,
right.
The operators, I'm sure, would love to have January 1st. You hit all those big bowl games.
Yeah, good point.
But and more NFL playoffs and all that stuff. You know, the operators are the ones who really want to go. The Lottery Commission has been asking for, hey, we're not quite sure what it's going to take to get this up and running. You know, there's a lot of criteria for vetting these applications. Certainly, you know, you would think applications from FanDuel and DraftKings would be fairly easy. They've gotten approval in 30 states or so by now. But there are dozens and dozens of these operators, and you have no idea how many are going to apply for these 12 licenses. The bill does say that if you have a partnership with an in-person, with an in-state facility, that all that information needs to be recorded on your application. And so it may take some time for these books to cement partnerships with the Panthers or the Hurricanes or Charlotte Motor Speedway. So, there will be some time needed to put all these things together, I think.
Just for some clarification, there's not a Hurricanes game or an NC State game or what have you. Could you still walk up theoretically to the PNC Arena and place a bet if it were like a random Tuesday?
Yes. So this book, the bill authorizes sports books. Previously I called them sports lounges because you would still have to bet on your phone, which you can do from anywhere. So these sports lounges would be at the facilities and have lots of TVs and be cool spots, but you wouldn't be able to bet in person. Well, the newest bill and the one that passed the Senate today includes in-person betting at these sports facilities. There's 8 of them across the state, or 8 venues that are allowed to have it. We'll see how many actually put them in, but these would be in-person facilities. If you were on a random Tuesday wanted to go and place a wager on the Hurricanes, or you were on the road, or you wanted to bet on a pro football game or whatever, you can walk into the sports book facility and bet $20 or $100 or whatever the case may be.
Right. Do you think this will go and make its way out? In other words, will we? Because there's been murmurs about casinos. Are we headed down that road, you think?
We are definitely headed down that road. Now, whether that bill gets passed this session or something lawmakers revisit in the future, but already before this bill is even out the door, they're already talking about what they're calling entertainment districts, but are basically casinos in sort of economically distressed parts of the state.
Gotcha.
At least 4 is what the rumor is. There is no bill on that yet, but I think one is coming, and they want to roll that together with possible video lottery terminals, which under a bill that's been proposed in the state legislature would allow 6 to 10 of these in every bar and restaurant or gas station. Anybody with a liquor license, not a liquor license, but an ABC license. Yeah, an ABC license. So the expansion of gambling in North Carolina is coming, and it's coming fast. I think the proponents of sports betting, particularly online sports betting, want to get their bill out the door and not get it tied up with everything else, because I think the bigger it gets, you're gonna lose some supporters. I mean, there might be supporters who would vote for sports betting because it's kind of small, kind of niche, something you really got to seek out, but might not be comfortable with video lottery terminals, or might not be comfortable with full Vegas style casinos all around the state.
WRAL Sports investigative reporter Brian Murphy is with us here on the Patrick Johnson Show. So the Speaker of the House, Tim Moore, was saying yesterday, quoted as saying, and you reported on this, that the Senate and the House were not in agreement. They weren't going to be in agreement after this passed the first reading. What changed in that 24 hours?
Well, Speaker Moore said that he read his notes wrong, is what he told us.
Okay, wow.
But I know there was intent.
He doesn't need to be anywhere near a button that has some sort of missile attached to it. Good grief, he read his notes wrong. My God.
Well, that's the story we got publicly. Privately, I do believe there are a lot of phone calls made to the Speaker. The people who've been working on this bill for a long time, and this bill has been in the works for 3 years, some version of it, have been very careful. The people on the Senate side have been working with the people on the House side to say, hey, if we make this change, will you guys agree to it? If we do this, will you agree to it? And so the people who've been working on the bill had complete agreement on this stuff. Speaker Moore, I don't know if he misspoke. I don't know if he, truly wants all of it rolled together. I'm not 100% sure on what happened, but yes, his tune changed 180 from yesterday to today. What he said today is that what he wants to see is casinos and VLTs, video lottery terminals, and maybe a gaming commission, all that stuff put together in one bill in the future.
Gotcha.
But I can tell you that the sponsors of this bill, both in the House and the Senate, and Republicans, same party as Speaker Moore, were not happy to hear that the House was not going to concur, and were up in arms very quickly about that. And so I think they quickly reached out to the Speaker and said, no, we've worked on this too long to get it tied up with everything else.
So, Brian, this morning on the morning program that I'm on with Henry Hinton, we took calls on this, right? And the overwhelming nobody was against it. People said people had their concerns, but by and large, it seems like North Carolinians were, at least in our audience in the morning show, and that's a political talk station and show, they were for it. So this, as you say, we're jumping in feet first with this, and there is a lot of work to be done. But this seems like this is a true bipartisan piece of legislation that's going to appeal to a vast majority of North Carolinians, and even those that don't want to have anything to do with it don't seem like they have a problem with how you, me, or whoever spends their money.
Yeah, Senator Berger made the leader of the Senate, a Republican from Rockingham County, made, he sort of couched it as a personal freedom thing.
Yeah.
That said, look, there are lots of concerns about what this bill might do, and we think we put in the adequate safeguards to deal with some of that, gambling and gambling addiction and things like that. But at the end of the day, look, people should have the freedom to do what they want with their own money as long as they're not hurting anyone else. And that personal freedom argument seems to be winning out. The economic development argument seems to be winning out. I think this is a huge win for the professional sports teams who have wanted this for a long time,
right,
who believe that this is a revenue stream that their rivals in these leagues have access to and they don't have access to. And so, there's been a lot of arguments made as for why this should happen. Once you get past sports gambling into casinos, which are also being touted as economic development and VLTs, there's certainly moral arguments against that stuff, but I do think the argument of economic development, personal freedom, giving people entertainment options is starting to win out in North Carolina. And you probably know better than me, but a decade ago, even 5 years ago, almost unthinkable to think that those arguments would win out over the moral objection.
Right, absolutely. And the other thing I'll say is this. I like the idea of we're going to put these casinos or maybe freestanding sports books, however it winds up, coming about. I think of all the places in eastern North Carolina, and there are others, but, what a shot in the arm economically this could be. They need to take that boondoggle at the Randy Parton Theater and make that a casino. That's what they need to do, and there you go.
Yeah, Anson County, Nash County, Rocky Mount has been mentioned as a place where one of these entertainment districts or casinos might go. You've got to find a place that can draw a lot of population, but is also struggling. So, they're not going in Wake County. They're not going in Mecklenburg County.
Right.
I think, and I think important to know, Virginia has done this, and that's why there's a casino in Danville, Virginia now. But they also gave the localities the chance to vote on it. So they didn't just say, hey, you're getting a casino, Danville, start building now. They gave the locales an opportunity to vote and say, yes, that is something we want. And so Senator Berger today expressed to me that, yes, that is something we think there should be an affirmation.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah. I'm all for that. I think anybody would be. Let me ask you this really quick before we appreciate the time. I know it's been a busy day for you. Do you think the casino in Danville, the one in Portsmouth, but especially that one in Danville, do you think that has caused this to kind of go in hyperdrive and look at having casinos in North Carolina?
No doubt. That is right in Senator Berger's backyard. I think they've seen what Virginia is doing by placing these strategically across the North Carolina border and have said, whoa, wait a second, we're going to lose a lot of money. Yes, I no doubt that Danville, and it comes up every time we talk about this issue. Speaker Moore has raised it. Senator Berger has raised it. Other lawmakers I've talked to have raised Danville. Look what they're doing in Danville. It comes up a lot. And I think, not only from taking money away, but that could be an economic driver for Danville that may draw citizens to Danville to work and then maybe to live and to raise their families. So I think that there's a concern not only on the economic side, but population. Some of these counties across North Carolina are losing population. And certainly they don't want to lose more just across the border.
Great stuff. Hey, thank you so much for everything, Brian. How soon would this be signed into law by the governor or let become law?
Yeah, I think he would sign it. I think he would host some kind of signing ceremony for it. He would have 10 days after it passes the House to sign it into law. So sometime late next week or perhaps the week after, I think, it'll be signed into law, will become law, and then we'll wait to see how long it takes the Lottery Commission to get it up and running.
He'll probably have some hurricane dignitaries, maybe some NASCAR people on hand. I mean, that would seem to make Panthers maybe. That would seem to make a lot of sense.
Yeah, I mean, NASCAR's been behind this. The PGA Tour's been behind this. Obviously, all the professional teams have been behind it. I imagine you're right. Governor loves sports, so any opportunity he would get to be surrounded by sports stars or club officials, I think he would take. It's obviously good politics as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Brian. We appreciate it.
Hey, thanks, Patrick.
You're looking at a big sports fan right here.
Indeed you are. All right, so legalized sports gambling. Soon to become a thing in North Carolina. With more on that and with more on everything else going on in the world of sports, let's go now to Chris Cook. Cookie's got a 94.3 The Game sports update and Pirate Report.
The Senate gave its final approval in a 37-11 vote to the House Bill 347 on Thursday. And House Speaker Tim Moore told reporters that the House will agree to the changes made in the other chamber. The bill must also be signed by Governor Roy Cooper. The vote was 38-11 with broad bipartisan support. The measure would make online betting on college, professional, and Olympic sports, including horse racing, legal in the Tar Heel State. It would also allow in-person wagering at some sporting arenas. In addition, profits will be taxed at 18%. The bill is scheduled for one final procedural vote today before moving on to the House for consideration. The kickoff time for East Carolina's 2023 season opener at Michigan on September 2nd has been set for 12 noon and will be televised exclusively on Peacock. The American and its primary television partners also assigned start times for two other ECU games that were among its early broadcast selections. At Appalachian State on September 16th at 3:30 on ESPN+, and against SMU on Thursday, October 12th at 7:30 on ESPN. Additionally, ECU's final home non-conference game against Gardner-Webb on September 23rd will be streamed on ESPN+ beginning at 6 p.m. The NCAA baseball tournament regional round begins tomorrow. East Carolina will practice this morning in Charlottesville in advance of its NCAA regional game against third seed Oklahoma. First pitch set for 8 o'clock Friday night. Number 1 seed Wake Forest is set to open up play against George Mason in Winston-Salem. In other action, NC State will face Campbell in Columbia. Duke will challenge UNC Wilmington in Conway, North Carolina. Squares off against Iowa. Indiana and Charlotte play in Tennessee and Charlotte plays Tennessee in Clemson. East Carolina sophomore Trey Savage has been selected as a 2023 Collegiate National Team roster invitee. The standout right-handed pitcher is the 7th Pirate in program history to receive an invitation. Savage was named to the All-American Athletic Conference first team and enters the Charlottesville region with a 6-1 record and a 2.8 earned run average with 98 strikeouts and 21 walks. Los Angeles Rams defensive coordinator Raheem Morris happened to be in the right place at the right time this weekend as he helped save a child who was drowning in a Las Vegas pool. Morris was at the Encore Las Vegas with his family when he saw a young boy drowning in the hotel pool. According to Morris's wife, Nicole, who posted about the situation on her Instagram Wednesday, the 3-year-old boy had no pulse when he was taken out of the pool by his father and brought over to a lifeguard. The NBA Finals begin tonight starting at 8:30 p.m. between the Miami Heat and the Nuggets. That game can be seen on a few different channels, including ESPN. And finally, the Panthers are continuing their second week of organized team activities. Carolina resumed OTA offseason workouts on Wednesday and has sessions today and tomorrow. The Panthers are gearing up towards their mandatory minicamp that begins on June 13th. They'll do it for your 94.3 The Game Sports Update. This sports update is brought to you by Team Boneyard, an NIL initiative directly supporting Pirate student athletes. For info on how to donate, please visit teamboneyard.org. More of the Patrick Johnson Show with JH Rose head coach Ronald Vincent on the other side of this quick timeout right here on 94.3 The Game.
The #1 drive time sports show.
The Patrick Johnson Show returns in minutes. 94.3 The Game.
Time now for an update from Town Insurance. I've got my friend Jim Clement in the studio with me. Jim, great to see you. What's new at Town Insurance?
What's new, Henry, is our growth in this state. We have now exceeded $60 million in revenue with 300 employees over both states, Virginia and North Carolina. But North Carolina, our footprint goes from Corolla down to Wilmington, to Kinston, Greenville, Raleigh, and our newest operation in Charlotte.
So, Jim, what does that mean for all of your clients and friends in Eastern North Carolina?
Because of town's massive resources, meaning access to more companies and markets, we are able to serve all of our clients right here in Eastern North Carolina with their personal lines, their commercial lines, their life and health needs, or their small business needs.
We continue to hear more and more about Town Insurance, and it's great to have you in here giving us an update today. How about people who aren't doing business with you right now in Eastern North Carolina? What would you say to them?
Come to town today.
What's the telephone number?
756-8300.
Not far from here, miracles are happening. Kids are being treated for every imaginable disease and injury at James and Connie Maynard Children's Hospital at ECU Health Medical Center. It doesn't matter who or what the problem is. Cancer to car accidents, blood disorders to sports injuries, or a baby that just can't wait to be born. Our children's hospital is the James and Connie Maynard Children's Hospital. Not far from here, kids are getting better and going home thanks to our community's donations to Children's Miracle Network. Tune in to WITN for the Children's Miracle Network Telethon this weekend to learn more about the amazing care provided every day at Maynard Children's Hospital.
We need your help.
You can help sick and injured children by donating today at givetocmn.com, or you can call in during the telethon at 1-800-673-KIDS. 100% of your gift to Children's Miracle Network will stay right here in Eastern North Carolina to help make miracles happen. And together we can change kids' health and change the future.
Thank you.
Hot chicken, cold beer, live music. What's not to love about Nash Hot Chicken in the heart of downtown Greenville on 5th Street? Nash is open for lunch and dinner 7 days a week and stays open later on the weekends. Enjoy the Nash appetizers called the opening acts, and their delicious entrees are the headliners. You'll also find great salads, sides, and desserts to go along with a huge selection of tasty beers and cocktails. Visit eatatnash.com to order delivery or pickup, and check out the live music schedule, eatatnash.com.
Steel professional-grade battery-powered tools. Whether you're looking for the performance to take on residential and commercial landscaping, or the power to get the job done in the forest or at the construction site, Steel has battery equipment built with pros in mind. From low-noise operation to relentless performance, Steel Pro battery tools are built for you and built for work. Real Steel. Find yours at steeldealers.com.
Have you noticed he's in his own little happy hour? We're back to the Patrick Johnson Show on 94.3 The Game.
This is the Happy Hour program.
Here's the P-Man.
North Carolina's all-time winningest baseball coach, even better person, our great friend, Ronald Vincent. RV is with us here. RV, how are you?
Doing fine, Patrick. Ready for this weekend to get on and get over, and doing fine.
Yeah, the Rampants are back for the second time in a third year playing in the state championship series. Rose winning their 7th state title a couple of seasons ago. I think the weather's going to cooperate a little more this time around. Let's hope so.
Oh,
yeah. Rose will be in Burlington at Burlington Athletic Stadium. Friday night is game 1 of the best-of-3 series at 8 o'clock, and we'll have the games for you, Croft Massey and Company, on 103.7 WTIB, so all of Eastern North Carolina will be able to hear and follow along with the Rampants. Well, RV, congratulations. Awesome accomplishment for this team and this program, and I know, this is the worst part, the couple days out getting ready to get out there and play ball.
Yeah, because we're used to playing baseball, every other day, 2 or 3 times a week, and now we've had 8 days since we played last, and which is good. It's giving our guys a chance to heal up a little bit, the bumps and bruises that you get in the course of a year. But we're ready. We're ready. It's time to go. It's time to play ball now.
We've talked about your team a little bit with you earlier in the season. Run through some of the guys again for us, RV, that have been so good for you this year.
Well, it always starts with your pitching and catching, and our catcher, Perry Evelyn, has done such a good job. He bats first and catches, and he competes, and he's really a very solid catcher. And then, pitching, the big three have carried us pretty much. Andrew Wallen, Jr., right-hander, who's pitched very well at Southern Lee the other night. only faced 23 batters in 7 innings. And then Hugh Collins, left-hander, who's pitched he's pitched the majority of with over 100 strikeouts, majority of the games. And then Davis Hathaway has come in relief mostly, but he's got close to 40 innings in and really been sharp the last couple of times we brought him in. So starts with the pitching and catching, and then the shortstop Popovich is very good, and second baseman Mitch Jones, and so you're strong at the middle, and you got pitchers throw strikes. Strong at the middle, you got a chance.
It'll be Rose and West Henderson Friday night, game 1 of the best-of-3 series. That'll be played in Burlington this year at the Burlington Athletic Stadium. If you can't make it up Friday night or on the Saturday games or for any of them, you can listen to it beginning at 8 o'clock on WTIB with Croft Massey and company, as they'll be bringing you Rose baseball here for what'll be the attempt at winning an 8th championship. RV, how many times have you all been to the finals? I wanted to find that out and ask you that.
This will be the 9th time. We came in second in the 87. We came in.
Gotcha.
Second. We were undefeated going into the championship round, and got a couple good players hurt right before we. Yeah. Anyhow, we lost that one in 3 games.
Gotcha. Well, look, I know it's a remarkable accomplishment, and you don't ever take these opportunities for granted, I know.
No, people don't realize, people talk about y'all going, it's really a difficult thing to do. We have to go through, we've already played 6 games in the playoffs and 4 of them single elimination. Single elimination, one bad inning does you, you're done. And we've been able to fight through, we've had that one bad inning, fought through it, and came back and won that game. So it's quite an accomplishment. It's hard to get here.
RV, how does this team compare to some of the other teams you've had that have won championships or just have been really, really great?
This team is very, very similar to some of the great teams. We've got we kind of hit all the way through the batting order, which is a big deal. You have to pitch to every batter we have, and then our pitching is good, and like I said, our catching and shortstop play is just phenomenal. So that makes a big deal. And but we're pretty close to this is really good team, and I'm not sure if this goes up there with Tutu Moy and Monte Roundtree and that crowd again, back then Ryan Gordon and Will Brinson, but this team, the pitching is as good as about any time we ever play. So
yeah. West Henderson's making their first appearance in the state final, the state championship series. They are, I believe I was looking this morning. I mean, they have similar win total to you. Actually, their first appearance since 1992. I'm seeing here, my mistake. But their win total series pretty close to yours. This is a program. Look, if you get to this time of year, everybody's good. You're playing somebody who's really, really, really good, or really, really, really hot, or both.
Yeah, and you're right. All the other stuff. And baseball is such a strange game. As you know, we talk about this a lot, Patrick. Football. And you get into football players playoffs. There's about 3 or 4 teams in each bracket that's you're gonna make it through 3 or 4 rounds of basketball. Eventually somebody might get hot early, but it takes you got really the best team usually winds up out there at the end. And baseball, it's a strange game, man. You can be 12-12 and then get into playoffs and win the thing. It's just crazy how baseball is different from everything else.
RV, what's sort of the plan for the rest of today and the plan for tomorrow as far as the team, and will you travel back and forth between Friday and Saturday? Will you all stay up there? How does all that kind of lay out?
Today we're gonna take a lot of swings. We're gonna do a lot of hitting today and get our get our swings down, take a lot of ground balls and fly balls off the bat, and, do that. And then tomorrow we'll leave about 2:30. We take bat practice at 6:10. We'll get up there and watch some of the Wake Forest T.C. Robertson game, and then we will come back. We will come back. It's after the game we'll come back. Then we play at 2:00 Saturday, so we'll leave 9:30 somewhere in that category, 10:00. And see, it's been my experience that these kids are a whole lot better off at home in their own beds than they are running around hotel rooms. Yeah.
Something about high school kids in a hotel, they just lose their minds, don't they? That's it.
30 some. We got 30 some on the team, and whew, out of 30, yeah. And they're saying that now. We're not. Like you said, the idea of 30 some high school kids running around a hotel room. But look, these guys are awesome people.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. But it's just. I think it's in every I think it's in every teenager's DNA. You lose your mind at a hotel. I think that's.
They're 16. They're 16 and 17 years old. Yeah.
Does this sort of keep you young still, RV, in many ways?
Yes, it does. It does. You hang around these young guys, and you listen to what they say and stuff, and it does. It gives you something to go out there and then, like I said, these guys are such good people. It's kind of fun to be around them, and then, but things have changed. Things have changed a great deal, but they still want. These young guys still want it to be done right. They still want, the type of discipline, where you have to be at practice, you have to be there every time. You got to put your full effort out every time, and stuff like that. So, like I said, things are different. Times have changed, but these people are still, very good people. Very good people.
The great Ronald Vincent is with us here. Rose and West Henderson in the state championship series. We'll have coverage for you on WTIB 8 o'clock on Friday night. You can listen to the game and listen to all 3 games of the series. Should it go to 3 or at least 2, you can tune into all of that. Hey, RV, with not to get all philosophical here, but you talked about things changing. At its core, are kids still the same, or is the way that maybe they're educated and treated differently? That's the thing that's really changed.
That things have really changed. At the core, these guys are still really, really good people. Just it hadn't changed that much. There's a whole lot more things out there for them to get involved in. And social media is just, you just have to be so careful and have to stay on them all the time about doing crazy stuff on social media. But travel ball is such a big influence now.
Yeah.
And so it's the thing, that part's changed. The boys are still the same, and the parental expectations are so out of whack.
Yeah.
So out of whack, and I think that's the biggest thing. I go to Elm Street and go to watch Babe Ruth all the time, and Elm Street, and I see these guys. I realize there's only 1 or 2 guys in this whole league that's going to play Division I baseball,
right?
And in Little League and all that stuff, and but you can't tell parents that they'll spend thousands of dollars, and trying to get this guy over the hump, and that's the part that's changed. It's not the kids. So
Hey. I was remiss. I can't believe we got this far talking to you, and I hadn't brought this up. But I mean, Coach Jarman, the great Marvin Jarman, what's going on with Marvin here before this?
Marvin, he's doing fine. He's just like the rest of us. He's getting old. He says he's getting old and falling apart. But he's really doing good. He's really excited about this, and he's got his schedule figured out for the next 2 or 3 days. So.
There you go. That's we should all be so lucky. Hey, really quick. You talked about kind of your experience in these, surrounding these things. What would be the thing you would tell the guys, if anything, just based on your experiences in the past?
Well, the same thing. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. 450 high schools not practicing baseball now. So you enjoy it. There's only 8 schools in state playing still practicing baseball. Enjoy the process. Enjoy everything you get to see, and just relax and get after it. We don't change anything we've done all year. Just do what we do, and like I say, it's something you'll remember the rest of your life. So enjoy it.
It's a great honor to get there, I know, and we're rooting for the Rampants to win and bring home another state title, be their second in 3 years. And RV is one of the real class acts, a great friend. We've known him for years, and we're always happy to see when the Rampants have great success on the diamond at this level. So, RV, best of luck to you. I'm glad we are going to have coverage on radio, and we'll look forward to talking to you soon.
Thanks, Patrick, and good luck to you on your broadcast. And, it'll be a good weekend.
Absolutely. Thanks, Coach.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
We will be back to wrap it up right after this.
All things ECU at 943thegame.com.
Thank you, sir. May I have another?
More of the P-Man coming up in minutes.
Striking out on insurance? Time to step up to the plate. At East Coast Agency, we'll help you hit a home run with coverage that's customized to your needs. Whether you're protecting your family, your home, or your business, our team of experts will work with you every step of the way to ensure you get the protection you deserve. Don't settle for a strikeout. Swing for the fences with East Coast Agency. Call us today at 910-446-5061 or visit our website eca-insure.com.
Chico's Mexican Restaurant is where the fiesta never ends. Grab your amigos and head to Chico's every Wednesday for shrimp tacos for $11.99. Plus Wednesdays means all Mexican imports for just $2.99. Thursdays, enjoy your favorite beef, chicken, or vegetable fajitas for only $11.99. For Mexican food and fun, it's got to be Chico's Mexican Restaurant in downtown Greenville and online at chicosrestaurant.com. Chico's, where the fiesta never ends.
At US Cellular, you can get one line for just $29.99 with unlimited data, which is good news for you, friendly hermit who shuns society and lives in a cabin all by himself.
Wow, thanks. You'd be surprised how much data a hermit goes through.
Actually, I'm not that surprised at all. US Cellular, built for us. Terms apply. Visit uscellular.com for details.
Spring is here and summer is right on our doorstep. We're all looking forward to outside and enjoying the warm weather and long days. Let the team at Cellular Warehouse help you start enjoying these days by eliminating the 2 to 3 hour wait in the local store. They come right to your home or office and handle all of your cellular needs. Best of all, their front door service is free of charge. Call Toby Williams today at 252-799-7051 and let his team start making life easy again. That's 252-799-7051. Cellular Warehouse, your local U.S. Cellular authorized agent.
Concert on the Common.
Inner Banks Media's got the biggest and best free live shows in ENC.
And it gets even better Thursday, June 8th, when Landslide hits the Town Common in Greenville.
Landslide, a tribute to Fleetwood Mac on the Greenville Toyota Amphitheater stage. Live music, food, adult beverages, giveaways, and fun for the whole family.
Still to come.
The Legacy Motown Review, The Embers, featuring Craig Woolard, and the Leonard Skinner Tribute Band, Tuesday is Gone.
Find out more at concertonthecommon.org.
Special thanks to the City of Greenville and the Junior League of Greenville.
Concert on the Common is sponsored by ECU Health, Michelob Ultra, Pitt Greenville Airport, Greenville Toyota, The Air Doctor, Greenville Utilities, The Ritchie Law Firm, Sawyer's Fun Park, Polly Pylan State Farm Insurance, Eastern Plumbing, Town Bank, Specialty FDR, Optimum, Wells Roofing and Gutters,
and Inner Banks Media.
And now, the stunning conclusion of the show. It's the P-Man here on 94.3 The Game.
Yeah. Big thanks to Ronald Vincent for being on with us today. Always great to catch up with RV. Just one of my favorite people. Loves Greenville, loves sports, loves the community, and just one of the good guys. And I'm very excited for Rose and RV this weekend. I hope they're able to come away with a tournament championship and another state championship. That would be 8. That's really remarkable stuff. Rose versus West Henderson, 8 o'clock, 103.7 WTIB on Friday night, and we'll have the game for you on Saturday at 2 p.m. The if game would follow it, maybe 5 or 8. It just depends on if the other series taking place at Burlington is extended for 3 games as well. So hopefully the Rampants, it'll take them a couple to wrap this up, but West Henderson is a good team. Coverage of the Rampants with Croft Massey and Jackson Searles is brought to you by Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center, Meridian Park Apartments, the Gavigan Agency, J.H. Rose Athletic Foundation, Wells Fargo Advisors in Greenville, Stadium Sports, law firm of Hardy, Massey, and Blodgett, Caraway Office Solutions, the Tire Realty Group, Dr. Brian Vincent and Dr. Trey Harris of Vincent Family Dental in Winterville and Pitt County Schools. Thanks to all of those great sponsors. Pilk will have more on that for you tomorrow as the ref Philip Pilkington will be in on the show. Cookie, anything else that we have failed to mention? Of course, if you're late joining us here, we had the deal where the sports gambling has passed the Senate, so it goes back to the House. They say they're going to be a part of that as well and pass it through. There will not be any kind of, or they will concur, I think is the term that they are using. So that'll be the case. And then it goes to the governor's desk for signature. So it is happening in North Carolina. Legalized mobile sports gaming and placing a bet at designated sports books. Al Pacino, we told you yesterday, 83
I know
Cookie.
exactly what you're going to say.
You know what he did?
He
had his
got a girl
29-year-old. No, he did. Yeah, we had that yesterday. But he had his 29-year-old girlfriend take a paternity test. He didn't believe her.
Oh, he didn't believe her?
No.
Wow. Hey, I respect it. I can respect that.
No, you gotta take care of yourself.
Yep.
Gotta watch out for yourself. Thanks to Cookie. Thanks to Clark Willis behind the scenes. Thanks also to Ronald Vincent and Brian Murphy for being with us. I'll see you again on Monday back here on the PJ Show. NFHS baseball the next couple of days. And Talk of the Town tomorrow morning. Have a great evening.
Hear 94.3 The Game anytime on the IBX Media app. Download it for free in the App Store or Google Play and get to your favorite radio station in 2 clicks. All your sports, music, talk, and podcasts. Listen live anytime, anywhere to ENC Radio's best on the IBX Media app.